If you are interested in becoming a bookkeeper, I know it can be really confusing to sort through all of the different classes and certifications that are available for bookkeepers. I have done that for you, so you don't have to, and in this video I give you the pros and cons of each. My name is Morgan from FinePoints.biz. Definitely check out my free masterclass and checklist if you are interested in becoming a bookkeeper. And in addition to those free things, today I also have a free printable for you guys with all of the information that I'm going to be talking about in this video. So it does a really good overview, compare and contrast, and I give you links to each thing, so hopefully that should help you out a lot. Just check my description box to download that for free. And if you're excited about that, don't forget to subscribe to my channel and give this video a thumbs up. Alright, the first thing I'm going to talk about is Bookkeeper Launch. If you have been watching my channel, you may have heard me talk about this because it's pretty much my favorite bookkeeper certification course. I want to make sure you're aware that bookkeeping is not a regulated field, so there's not an overall certification that every bookkeeper in the US has. If you were to be an accountant or a lawyer or a doctor, you would have to take a regulated set of exams and do certain things. Bookkeeping is not like that. There's no overarching bookkeeping board that keeps track of bookkeepers. There's no continuing education required, etc. But what you can do is you can get certified through certain programs. So you can get certified in a software like QuickBooks, or there are different independent companies or schools that will give you a certification. And I have never been asked in a job interview or interview with clients what my certification is, so I would pick one of these based more on what your needs are versus what you think is going to look good to clients. So back to Bookkeeper Launch. This is one of my favorites just because it's so thorough. It's going to teach you from the very beginning what you need to know to be a bookkeeper. So it helps you set up your business, it teaches you accounting principles, and it teaches you within QuickBooks the types of things that you're going to need to do as a bookkeeper. And one of my favorite things is they provide amazing support. So there's an email helpline. If you're working with a client and you don't know what to do, you can email them and they're going to help you. So because it is so great, it is the spendiest one on my list. If you want to pay each month for 12 months, it's $249, or you save a little money by paying in one lump sum, which is $2,499. So I know that might seem a lot if you're just starting out and you're not sure about this bookkeeping thing. You can make that money back fairly quickly as a bookkeeper. And if you think about it in terms of the amounts that we spend on college education, that does kind of put it into perspective for me. And if you follow the little study guide thing that they give you, it's going to take you, if you work 5 hours a week, it's going to take you 3 months to complete the course. It does have some tests along the way, and they do give you a Bookkeeper Launch certification when you're done with the program. And at this point, a lot of these courses I have full video reviews about, so I'm going to link all of the reviews that I have about each one of these in the description box. If you want to see more about Bookkeeper Launch, the thumbnail looks like this for my review of that. Alright, moving on to Booming Bookkeeping Business. This is one that you guys emailed me a lot asking about, and so I was able to do some research about that, and I did just do a dedicated video about this. The thumbnail looks like this, and of course I'll leave it linked for you guys. So on the list, this one is the most similar to Bookkeeper Launch. So it teaches you the same things. It teaches you accounting concepts, bookkeeping workflow, and day-to-day how to be a bookkeeper. It tells you to get the PROADVISor exam, which I'll talk about later. And when I talked to Bill, he really mentioned that his two strengths of his program are marketing. He has a very good marketing focus. And then his customer service. He mentioned he is the one who answers questions. So you get a little bit more personal time with the person who created the course. And this one is a bit cheaper than Bookkeeper Launch, so if you pay monthly for 12 months, it's $50 a month cheaper. Or again, you can pay in that lump sum and it is $500 cheaper. So I do think you kind of get what you pay for in terms of Bookkeeper Launch. I think is a little bit more robust than Booming Bookkeeping Business. He says it takes 6 to 8 weeks to complete, and I do not believe you get a certification at the end. I'm going to double check on that, and if so, I will update this chart, and they didn't mention that clearly in any of the intro stuff that I read. So if you are deciding between these first two programs, I would say check out their free series. Each of them have some free information that you can get. Maybe see which teaching style you like the best, because you are listening to hours and hours of these people talk. But really, I do believe that either one of these will get you adequately prepared to be a bookkeeper. And the next one I'm going to talk about is my bookkeeping course, which is Bookkeeper Business Coach. So in 30 days, I help you get your bookkeeping business set up. So this is things like setting up an LLC, getting a business license, picking a business name, getting URL, getting a website, a little bit of marketing. So my class really is designed to be more affordable. So it's $150 and quick. You are supposed to complete it in 1 month. And at the end of it, you just have your bookkeeping business set up and you're ready to be open for business. It does not teach how to be a bookkeeper or anything within QuickBooks. So this is a great starting point if you just feel overwhelmed and you need someone to kind of come alongside you as you to open your bookkeeping business and kind of do that step by step. And my course is basically like a little piece of the other two that I mentioned already. So Booming Bookkeeping Business and Bookkeeper Launch both have like my course kind of like within it. So within there, they help you set up your business, get your LLC, all that stuff. So if you're planning to take the longer, more expensive course, don't worry about mine. But if price is a big consideration and you want that help that my course provides, you can start there and then work on your QuickBooks knowledge later. My next two are kind of newer ones that I haven't talked about before. I have done 2 other videos on this subject, bookkeeper certifications. The thumbnails look like this, and I will leave them linked in the description box with all the other links I'm going to be giving you. So the next course is really going to help you as a bookkeeper with cleanups. So this to me is one of the most challenging and annoying things that I have to do as a bookkeeper is if someone has really messed up their books, their bookkeeping, then I have to come in and fix all their mistakes before I can actually start fresh to do like some beautifully clean bookkeeping. So I really like Veronica Wasik. She has a YouTube channel called 5-Minute Bookkeeping, and I've taken some of her free classes before. I really like kind of how her brain works and her organizational style. So I talked with her, and she said her most popular class is a bundle, and it teaches you the paid diagnostic. So what that means is you get a new client, you're reviewing their books. She recommends that you get paid just to look over their books, figure out what's wrong, and create an action plan for them. So that is a paid service that she provides. And then that is bundled with the QBO cleanup system. So she is really good with cleaning up. She has a whole checklist, a whole process that she goes through and teaches you on how to clean up books. So this bundle is just under $1,000, and it's 8 hours of video time. There's no exam or certification that goes along with it, but I think it's really good for bookkeepers who maybe have already started, like they've been going 6 months or a year or even longer, even seasoned bookkeepers, and you want to fine-tune those specific skills. Or you're like, I don't really understand how to do pricing and how to do like a paid diagnostic, like that is overwhelming to me. Even me, I feel like I don't have that super well set up within my business. So definitely check out her website and all of her other course options as well. Next we have Bulletproof Bookkeeping, and this is by Seth David, who is kind of like a YouTube guru. He's very well known in the industry. I personally watched hours of his QuickBooks tutorials when I was first starting. If I had a question and I needed to learn a specific thing, I would Google until I found one of his videos that explained it really well. Fun fact, he also did a YouTube series for QuickBooks at the same time as I did. I have a video about my experience. The thumbnail looks like that. I would recommend this course for anyone who wants to do more automation and wants to be more efficient as a bookkeeper. So Seth is super duper smart. He's really good at Excel. He is good at explaining things, but sometimes he's like over my head because he's like, and then do this and then this. So sometimes I have to slow stuff down to kind of like really grasp what he's saying, which I actually like as a teaching style. I don't like it when people are kind of talking down to me and saying things in too simple terms and repeating themselves over and over. Like that annoys me. So here's a screenshot of a lot of the things that are within Seth's class. You can see it is a little bit more advanced. So it talks about some payroll stuff, how to put loans in QuickBooks, how to work with equity, really like more of those advanced topics that you're gonna come across. Okay, what I have in my notes for this one is that the price is $497 for 6 months, so that's payments, or like $3,000 as a one-time payment. When I just clicked on his website, it was $2,000. So I think if you click on it, it says like limited time offer. So that is designed, to have you make a quick decision in purchasing his class. So the price might vary a little bit. And that is true with all of these courses. I'm making this video in 2022, so I am trying to be as accurate as possible, and we're gonna try to keep the spreadsheet updated as well, so when you download it, it'll be updated. But of course, prices are subject to change. All right, and he doesn't have a specific study plan, but he says he has over 16 hours of training videos, and there is no exam or certification through this program, but is really great, like I said, for seasoned bookkeepers wanting to really fine-tune their skills and take it to the next level. Next one is the QuickBooks Online PROADVISOR certification. I talk about this a ton. I have a whole video that looks like this. It's kind of an industry standard for bookkeepers that is free, so I definitely recommend you do this, and a lot of the programs that I mentioned tell you to get this certification as well. So it is free. You can do it at your own pace. If you want to rush through it in a week, you can, or you can do it over a few months. At the end, you take a test, and then you are a QuickBooks certified PROADVISOR, and there's some benefits that come along with that. You can give your clients discounts on QuickBooks. You can set up a PROADVISOR profile so people can search for you and find you, and lots of other stuff. So I definitely recommend this. In my spreadsheet that you're going to download, I put a star by my two top things if you're just overwhelmed and just want me to pick for you. Get this PROADVISOR certification and Bookkeeper Launch. Those are my two starred ones. And then going along with that one kind of is Fast and Easy QBO. My dedicated review video looks like this. And this is a course that helps you pass the PROADVISOR exam. So if you're having trouble passing that, if you are a nervous test taker, or if English is your second language, or if you just feel like you need some extra help figuring out the concepts, my friend Margie has this course that is dedicated to that. And the price just changed, so I'm going to list it on the spreadsheet here. You can see it on the screen. And she guarantees that you pass the test or your money back. So check that out if that is something that interests you. All right, this video is getting pretty long, and I already talked about these last 4 certifications in my other video on this topic. So I'm just gonna go through them really fast and give you kind of the super general overview. So there are 2 kind of older bookkeeping associations that people always used to use as a bookkeeper. It's the American Institute of Professional Bookkeepers, the National Association of Certified Public Bookkeepers. You'll probably hear about these if you're Googling, bookkeeper certification. And I would describe these more as like a lengthy kind of college experience. It's going to take you a couple years. They want you to do continuing education. There's a test you have to pass, and you get certified within this program. Then college courses is a great place to start as well. That is actually how I started bookkeeping. I took an online class at my local community college about QuickBooks, and that taught me a whole lot and helped me kind of have that confidence. And then you can also get on-the-job training. So if you can figure this out, this is great because it really helps your confidence with those practical bookkeeping tasks. And then of course you're getting paid instead of paying for a school. So that is a little different than what I recommend, which is starting your own bookkeeping business, setting your own prices, working whatever hours you want. This is more like you're an employee of another business. So in almost every case, the hourly pay is going to be lower if you're working, because you're gonna kind of be like an office manager type role. So I have a whole video called, the thumbnail says charge more, and that one talks a little bit about working as a contractor for a business or being an employee. Thank you guys so much who have stayed to the end and watched about all of these bookkeeper certifications. Don't forget to download this because that is gonna have all the information you need, all the links. Let me know in the comments of any questions that you have about these certifications, and I will do my best to find out for you.